to Frontline Story with Carolyn and Tori. This morning we have Angela Stinman with the Young Athletes, and this is an outreach to children with or without developmental disabilities. And so, Angela, what could you tell us about your new program?
So Young Athletes is a program by Special Olympics. This one targets younger kiddos, so ages 2 to 7. We work on kind of the pre-sport skills, so we introduce them to jumping if they're not jumping yet, running. We practice like handball, so hitting a ball off the tee with their hand, running bases, shooting a ball, dropping and catching a ball, just kind of those pre-sport skills for basketball, baseball, track. I gotta think of all the sports. There's so many different sports we can touch base on. Soccer. So it just kind of works on that. Typically, Young Athletes is like a 6 or 8 week long program, which the one we're going to be doing is not, we're just kind of introducing families to it before school gets out. We thought it'd be a good time to kind of have families come see, hey, this is what Young Athletes potential is, since it's a new program to town. And then in the fall, I'm going to start a probably 8 week long program where we meet once a week for an hour for those 8 weeks.
All right, a regular class. So, well, you know, there's probably some people that say, oh, throwing a ball, jumping, you know, anyone can do that. But the time frame or this age is just really particularly important because the brain makes so many connections to physical movement in those early years. Isn't that correct?
Yes. So I'm actually a pediatric physical therapist assistant, and so these are definitely skills we want to get down in early childhood. A lot of people, when they think of Special Olympics, they think of, you know, Special Olympics bowling, swimming, kind of once they're in those high school years. So this is something to give those younger kiddos a way to get introduced to it, to kind of develop that love for the physical activity, for that sport. And yeah, working on getting that jumping down and that catching and that throwing down in these young years is going to really help build that base to be able to make it go over into the actual sports.
Right. Well, even just it probably develops balance and coordination, even eye-hand coordination.
Oh, yes. So we, when we are doing the 8 week program, each week we kind of focus on a different skill set. So like 1 week we'll focus on baseball, so we'll practice hitting a ball off the tee, and then we'll practice doing the bases. And I like to make obstacle courses in between the bases. So from home base to first base, we're gonna bear crawl. From first base to second base, we're gonna walk on a balance beam. So I really like to make it just more, so we're also developing that physical aspect too.
Right. Well, and what kid doesn't love a challenge?
Right.
You know?
Exactly. And it makes it more fun than just, okay, hit the ball, now run around, and then 2 seconds later they're home. So it definitely helps make it a little more fun and interesting for them, because that age group, you have to make it fun.
You got to draw them in somehow. So, well, this sounds great. How do they get involved with the event on April 22nd?
So on the 22nd, we're just going to do the 1 hour intro. Someone from Special Olympics Nebraska in the Omaha office is going to come down, bring some equipment down, help kind of set it up, just because I've never done just a 1 hour event like this, because I've always just done the 8 week course. So for this one, we're going to be focusing on a lot of different, like we're going to have probably 10 different stations where we focus on different things. And then for this one, they can, on the flyer, there's the QR code that they can scan, or if it's on social media or on website, they can click the link to get registered. Or, I don't even know, because they can always reach out directly to me if they're wanting to volunteer, because that's another thing, is we need lots of volunteers for this, which we have a handful right now, but definitely could probably use more when you're working with this many little kiddos. So people can definitely reach out directly to me too.
Well, and we can post that, your phone on the video, or however you prefer to be contacted. So But they do need to register just so that you know how many to expect.
Yes.
So you have enough volunteers and enough.
Yeah. So we do need them to register. If they show up to the event and haven't registered, I'm sure we could probably have them register on site. But I'm not sure if for this event kids might be getting a t-shirt as well.
Okay.
With young athletes, they always get a t-shirt when they graduate from young athletes. So I feel like we're getting t-shirts for this one as well. So I mean, it'll help to register beforehand too. So that way we have t-shirt sizes and we have enough t-shirts for kids if we're doing t-shirts. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, well, hopeful for
Yes.
t-shirts.
Yes.
So, well, thanks for being with us,
Yeah.
Angela, and we'll make sure and have the information for your event posted at the end of the video and any other contact information.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.